Hey guys, it's Kelly here again and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another bullet journal setup video. This one is going to be for January 2019 and I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone who is watching this while I'm uploading it, and anyone who is watching this in the future, just Happy New Day. I hope it's sunny, I hope it's warm, I hope it keeps you warm and smiling today. So anyway guys, this is the new year, new 2019, and I am uploading this a little late. I actually planned and did the actual setup a few days ago, but you know how it is, you get into the holidays and you can't really record. There's too much family, too much stuff to do, wrapping up presents, meeting people and stuff like that. So yeah, I am uploading this a tiny bit late, but I hope it still serves as kind of an inspiration if anyone wants to recreate it, or if anyone's just in the mood for some of my weird ramblings today. So this month's theme is kind of wintry. I went with these very stylized trees, like evergreen trees, and I didn't want to go too detailed with them. I didn't want them to be like too hard to recreate. So you can see right here, I am literally just drawing out some street branches and scribbling on some of the little pines or pine needles, or I'm not really sure what those were called, but as I said, they're very stylized. So I thought about, if somebody couldn't draw or had difficulties drawing, could easily recreate these little trees. I went with a very simple theme. It's black and white, just the little trees, birds here and there, and also the accent color of the month for me is a baby blue, just because it reminded me of snow and winter and icicles and stuff like that. So disclaimer a little bit, I might sound a little weird and a little loopy. I have been having like a very rough day, just because I went to bed at like 1 a.m. and I woke up at 4 a.m. for work, so I only had like 3 hours of sleep, and it is currently 8:30 p.m. at night, and I've been running around all day, going to the bank and doing some stuff that I couldn't do during the holidays. Oh my god, I hope you did not hear that. Oh my god. Okay, so people are apparently still thinking that it is New Year's and still blowing up stuff outside. Annoying neighbors. Anyway, if it's too loud, I'll probably cut out the audio. I don't want to blow anyone's ears out, especially not in the new year. So anyway, I have been awake for quite some time now. I am on 3.5 cups of coffees. I am all jacked up on, well, mostly junk food. I don't know why, but I decided to eat McDonald's for like breakfast. And breakfast for me, it was practically not even lunch. It was like a late lunch, because I ate maybe like 12 hours after I was awake. But yeah, it was McDonald's, and then I ate some pizza at home, and now I have this chocolate cake sitting right in front of me. But you know what, it is still kind of the holidays, so I will give myself a pass. Also, I've, like I said, had a rough day, so I feel like I deserve some chocolate cake and some junk food. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a pass. So what I am starting off my bullet journal with is a quote. I decided that for each month I am going to have a little quote on the left and a little like accent page with the tiny little calendar on the right, and we'll see how many of the months I do this. But so far I'm really liking it, keeping it very simple, because I do tend to overwork a lot of my things, especially my drawings and my bullet journal setup, and I'm trying to keep it a little bit simpler. The trees are very simple to create, but they do take a lot of time, just because you end up scribbling each little branch and it gets very repetitive. So I did cut out a huge portion of the recording while I was creating these trees. So basically what you can see me do is draw the not the stem of the tree, the trunk of the tree, I guess, and then add some just branches and making them vary in length but also kind of taper at the very end, at the top. And after I do that, I start scribbling in the pine needles, and after that, wherever I see like kind of bald patches and spaces that are not filled in properly, I add some more branches and some more pine leaves. And I think these trees turned out really cute. I think they definitely create a very graphic visual effect on these pages, and they're not too overwhelming. There's not too much detail on them, and they definitely don't look like they take like 20 minutes a tree. So, you know, maybe saying that they're easy to create is kind of a lie, because they are easy, but they take a little bit of time just because the scribbles are just kind of annoying. But anyway, my basic setup is I changed it a lot from what I did last year, and I think I'm going to be changing it throughout the month as well, just because there are a lot of things that I would like to keep track of, especially I want to incorporate a sleep tracker in some way. I was initially going to do this here on this one, but I ended up just not having enough space and not planning out correctly, so I just scrapped that idea and I decided to do it next month. But I do want to see and track a little bit of my sleep, at least for 1 or 2 months, just because I work in shifts and I have a very weird and chaotic schedule. So like days like today, for instance, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I had like 3 hours of sleep, and I should probably at this point be in bed. I definitely feel incredibly tired, but I'm still not. I'm just still working and recording. So I definitely want to get into the habit of having a little bit more sleep, because let's face it, I am a year older and, you know, things are just they're not great. I'm not gonna lie, they're not great. Going 25 on 26 is definitely what I wouldn't have considered old, but I am actually starting to feel very tired and very just, I don't have the energy that I used to, and that sounds just ridiculous coming from somebody who's 25. I'm guessing it's just because of my schedule and not being able to not even sleep properly, just because I do get enough hours of sleep, but they're all very scattered, and I think my whole organism is just kind of very confused in terms of what's going on. So like I said, at some point I will probably be tracking my sleep in some way and just tracking how I feel. For now, I am doing my usual trackers, and these are my habit trackers. I also have a work shift tracker and a productive day tracker. My work shifts, I'm tracking those just because I must have 15 shifts every month. So if in case I miss one or I take one more, I should know, so I can take one less or one more the next month. And I am fully aware that I spelled photography wrong. I missed an H there. Photography is my new passion, and if you haven't heard of photography, then you know it's a new thing. It's a 2019 thing. It's a new trend. It's gonna catch on, and yeah. But I actually noticed that while I was editing the video. I didn't even notice. I've been using my bullet journal for like 2 days now, and I just noticed that I misspelled that, but oh well, what can you do? I tried fixing it, didn't work. Again, what can you do? People should really not be scared of making mistakes, and you know, if you can fix it, great. If you can't, it's fine, just leave it. It's a funny story with the photography and everything. And yeah, I added a expense tracker, which is not something I ever did, so we're going to see how it works out this month. And On the bottom are my social media trackers, and on the right I added a brain dump. I usually end up not filling those up, but most of the time I write quotes of songs, movies, shows, or books that I really enjoy, and that's usually what goes into my brain dumps. And sometimes I write down ideas or just thoughts that I have. But yeah, it's just like I said, very basic. I'm only tracking the most important things. I don't have a weekly tracker. I've explained this in previous bullet journal setup videos. I don't need a weekly tracker, not weekly tracker, sorry, a weekly spread. I really don't feel like I need one. And probably because, you know, my schedule is just really hectic and it's very hard to plan in advance. I feel like for the weekly spreads, you do need to have some grasp of an idea of what your week is going to look like, and I usually don't, just because you learn my schedule 3 days prior to the week, so I don't know, it's very hectic. I prefer to keep it this way and just have a general overview of the month and just write down the most important things that I don't want to forget. Yeah, so I'm actually almost done, and at this point I am just adding some drop shadows, accent colors. Like I said, very simple, very just kind of neutral. If you would like to recreate this theme, feel free to do so. I actually feel like it's fairly easy, and you can always add elements that you need, or you can remove elements that you don't like. And yeah, so tell me about your New Year's Eve, guys. I feel like I haven't mentioned anyone. I haven't talked to you guys in the comments, and I haven't opened up any conversations in the comments. So how about you tell me how your New Year's Eve went and what you did before 2018 just left the building. Did you go to a party? Were you with your families? Also, do you get gifts on New Year's? I know most people do it only on Christmas, but here in my family, and mostly in Bulgaria, we do gifts on New Year's as well. You know, it's good to start the new year with some new stuff and things that you need, and also kind of surprises. And I don't know, I feel like it's a great tradition, and I would love to know if you guys do that as well. Now we are done with the setup. Now is a quick flip through. Sorry if the angle's a bit weird. I'm still trying some things out. I will figure out what works best and what doesn't. In the meantime, you can comment in the comments down below if you like this angle of recording, or if you prefer the straight top down to this. Anyway, guys, we are almost at the end, so thank you everyone so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.